In this video, we take a 75-year-old kitchen and transform it from this to this. And we did it all for under $10,000.
This video is also sponsored by Concrete Countertop Solutions, but more on that later.
What's up, Flip Fam? Welcome back to the channel.
Today we're gonna dive into our latest kitchen remodel. We're gonna go over what we did, why we did it, and how much it cost.
But before we do that, let's rewind and start from the beginning. Okay, you're gonna experience what we did when we saw the kitchen for the very first time. Take it in, folks. Take it in.
This house is over 75 years old and the kitchen has likely never been updated. The first thing we had to do was demo. This part is free as long as you don't mind getting your hands dirty.
Anybody need some mason jars? You want to can some goodies? Have you been making green beans over the Thanksgiving holiday that you wanted to save and celebrate it at a later date? You can use these free canning jars. See, so when you buy old shitty homes, there's perks. These is a perk.
We were hoping there was hardwood floor underneath this vinyl. That would save us from having to install tile. But if it was there, that meant we had to find it first.
After demo, it wasn't looking promising. We did find the hardwood, but we weren't sure if we could save them. So we had to sand them multiple times. Surprisingly, they turned out great, and then we just had to stain and seal them. This process cost around $400 for the kitchen since we got all the floors in the house refinished.
Next, we painted all the trim white, and then we repaired all the plaster we damaged during demo so we could install the cabinets. Let's talk about cabinets. You know how I said the budget for this build was $10,000? We spent 70% of that on cabinets alone. But don't worry, coming up we've got some ways to help you save some money.
$7,000 is really not that expensive for a whole new set of cabinets. We didn't go with the cheapest or the most expensive option. We didn't want to skimp on the kitchen. It's a major selling point in a house. And these custom American-made cabinets really add a lot of value.
Now, one area where we were able to save some money is we just bought all the hardware in bulk. We didn't get the most expensive hardware, and that was actually pretty cheap compared to what you might get from a big box store like Home Depot.
Now let's talk about our countertops. This is where we saved the most money in this remodel. We saved thousands of dollars by not using marble or granite and instead pouring our own concrete countertops.
Which brings us to today's sponsor, Concrete Countertop Solution. We've used their product a ton in the past and we love it, and it's exactly how we built the countertops in this kitchen. We have a whole video about the process if you want to make your very own concrete countertops using this system. We've used it a ton in the past and we love it because instead of having to build heavy concrete countertops and then transfer them to the cabinets, you can literally pour them in place. And that's amazing for DIYers or small crews like Kayla and myself. One of the other great things about this system is the versatility. It has a ton of edge profiles you can choose from, so you can get something industrial and modern like we did with this classic square profile, or you can go for something a bit more fancy, rounded, Roman OG, double fancy, whatever. There's a ton of options. You can even change the color of your countertops with dyes, pigments, stains, and you can make them resemble marble or granite or whatever. You're literally only limited by your imagination. We absolutely love this system. We love concrete countertops and we plan on doing it in every house we flip. It's just, it looks amazing, everybody compliments on it, and it's way cheaper than marble or granite. And we love Concrete Countertop Solutions because they've got the easiest way to pour concrete countertops and they've got everything you need to get started on their website.
Head on over to their website and use the code FLIP10. For a limited time, you can receive 10% off of your next purchase. And for the backsplash, we went with Subway tile because it's the cheapest option and it's a very classic look.
We wanted a clean, commercial-looking faucet to match the concrete countertops, so we grabbed this and we were able to pick it up from one of the big box stores along with the sink for about $350.
Next is appliances. We bought ours in a set, and you're almost always guaranteed a discount this way, or if you wait until near a holiday.
Yeah, then patriotic holidays like 4th of July, Labor Day, President's Day.
Did we say that one already?
Pretty much anytime rednecks are blowing shit up in the backyard, you gonna get a discount on a Samsung refrigerator set.
That's true.
Moving on. You can really go overboard on light fixtures really quickly. So instead of spending a lot of money, we just grabbed these once again from a big box store. We thought they matched the whole theme nicely, and we were able to pick up the set for about $200.
Let's recap. We took this dumpster fire of a kitchen and turned it into something that we are proud of. It's clean, bright, and inviting, and also a touch modern. And we stayed under budget. Here's the breakdown.
All right, so you can see where we splurged and where we were able to save some money by doing things ourselves. Pay attention to those appliances. They were $1,900, but they accidentally delivered a demo unit of the fridge, so they knocked off $500, which was good news for us because it kept us under budget for a grand total of $9,857 to completely renovate this kitchen.
All right, that was a 75-year-old kitchen remodel. Make sure you comment down below, tell us what you liked and what you didn't like. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, guys, that's it for us. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and other than that, we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. Hey, want to improve your home's curb appeal so you can sell it faster and for more money?
Well, you found the right video.
Thousands of people get a big thrill out of looking at model houses.
You know, people don't shop for homes like they used to. No, today, just like everything else, there's an app for that. Fill out what you're looking for, hit search, and then you scroll and scroll, just like Instagram or TikTok, until something catches your eye.
And that's curb appeal.
Think of curb appeal as your home's thumbnail or profile pic. And since the majority of photos are of the exterior, we need to make sure it pops. If it doesn't catch the buyer's eye, they'll never click on the listing, never schedule a showing, and your chances of selling them your house just went to 0.
So we're gonna give you 5 tips to improve your curb appeal.
These are the very same tips that we used on our last house to help get it under contract fast and make a profit of $80,000.
Tip number 1, assess. Walk around your house, look for any distractions, and get a game plan.
Yeah, I'm talking old man in a Speedo. Just like a beautiful Instagram model, it doesn't matter how good she looks. If there's an old dude in a Speedo, that's the first place your eye is drawn. Same thing with eyesores around your house. It doesn't matter how good your house looks, if you've got some big nasty mess, that's the first place your eye is drawn.
Remember, when people see a mess, they see work. They're buying a house and not stress.
This next step seems like common sense, and it is. It's clean up. Just remove as many of those eyesores and distractions as you can.
I'm talking remove everything. If it's an eyesore, get rid of it.
Okay, so that right there is some heavy machinery. It's just a little skid steer Bobcat. We got it because we had a giant coal pile over here that needed to be moved, as well as just a bunch of railroad timbers. So my problem is not spending money to rent equipment. If it makes the job go by faster, I am all for it. My problem is, man, that thing is fun, and I start finding excuses to use it. Yay to the yay, let's go!
Next.
Well, shit, now what?
Step 3, if you can't remove it, replace it. If you can't replace it, then paint it. And if you can't paint it, then cover it up.
I got my honeybee buzz and got my kids on my lap. Shake my cool whip, I'm getting ready to rap.
After we painted the house white, we replaced the windows and roof, and then we decided to paint the gutters black so it would tie everything together.
If you wanna be
And you know we had to paint that door for a pop of color.
Quit with your foolery, ain't nobody cool as me. Baby, I'm a ruler, you don't have to go.
After we cleaned the sidewalks, we didn't really like the way they looked, so hell, we painted those too.
Def Jam Vendetta, I'm a go-getter. I don't see my flaws, you can ask Radio Rob. Baby, I'm no better. You slow to get up, sleeping on a young brother. My cop gang got your girlfriend undercovers. This one's for my funk lovers, yes.
These dormers were a huge eyesore, so we covered them with wood shake.
And we really didn't have anywhere to park our cars, so we covered the yard with gravel and made a driveway.
And I got a dead man grip. When they ask how high, like a red man flick. Tell them too far to tell, too many bars to bail. Can't bear me like Teddy, I'm too heavy to scale. So don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. That's my dude, Mikhail. Nah, you
Step 4 is landscape. This is where you pay attention to your grass, add some trees, some flowers. A little green thumb goes a long way at making your house feel like a home. We went to our local nursery so they could help us pick the best layout for our house, and they hooked us up with a mixture of trees, shrubs, and flowers.
So getting those trees out of my car was not easy. They were like 100 pounds a piece, but I got a fat ass. I guess you could say I was made for this.
Well, all right then. Here we go. And I'ma shake it up, never make it up, cause baby, I'm the truth. The hip-hop bullet, I don't need proof. But trust, you might wanna get your Kevlar. Stay in the hater hair, name should be Revlon. Never run, nah, I ain't with the revs on. Shoe game pro, I ain't got kids on. It's Air Jordans and low pro dunks on my Nike bootsies. I'm also funk on my West Coast lopes over my eyes. Ride shotty in a low rider 65. Over on the Midwest side, Detroit to the shy. Got an edge in the city like Lakeshore Drive. And I make sure I make rounds in the dirty South. The youngest love me, I swear, like a dirty mouth. But when I'm out, I'm back on the cat side. Where I flip beats, I can leave a song capsized. The crown coming, they just gotta get my capsized. I'm like the Metro.
Don't neglect your secondary structures either. If you've got fences, outbuildings, a detached garage, give them the curb appeal treatment too. Like, look at this old building we had. It looked like shit. It was a total eyesore.
So this house came with an outbuilding, and as you can see, it really sucks. A lot of people would just be quick to write it off and just say, well, we'll just tear it down and just replace it later. We're not gonna do that. So we're gonna actually take the time to fix this up, and it will increase the curb appeal of the house. We're not gonna be spending a lot of money on this building. We're gonna paint it, new doors, that's it. That alone is gonna make this building look awesome.
We fixed it up for like 50 bucks. We had leftover paint and leftover wood shake. The local grocery store was throwing away some commercial doors. We slapped those on the front, painted it, gave it a once over, and boom, now it looks great. And it really improved the overall curb appeal and added to the house instead of taking away from it.
Step 5 is finishing touches. And these final details are the icing on the cake. I'm talking new house numbers, a new mailbox, some cute outside decor, things we didn't do.
True, but they can make your house pop. All right, I hope you can take these tips and use them on your own home. Comment below and let us know what your favorite curb appeal tips are.
All right, guys, that's it for us. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.
What's up, Flip fam? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we're always trying to do fun stuff on this channel, like in today's video where we have a pretty epic bathroom renovation in our current house flip.
And if you're just here to see the final product, you can go ahead and skip forward here. But otherwise, let's take a walk down memory lane.
Yeah, let's take a look at the beginning, where we started, kind of the process of how we fixed up the bathroom and why we made some of the design choices we did. And then after the reveal, stick around to the end of the video because we're gonna talk cost and how much money we saved by doing the majority of the work ourselves.
And since we're reminiscing, I think this would look better documentary style. It didn't work. I remember walking in for the first time and thinking, this is gonna be a lot.
Whenever I think back of this house, the only image that comes to mind, like, because it's burned into my brain, is poop bars and shower cabinets. Yeah, shower cabinets.
It was like having a pantry in the shower. You physically had to step in the bathtub to reach these cabinets.
I mean, the whole thing was an absolute disaster. We had fake tile carved into the plaster. We had the nasty vinyl tile on the floor. There wasn't even a light on the ceiling. The only light for the entire bathroom was from the creepy old medicine cabinet. And the sink was held up by an old space heater.
It was literally the only thing holding the sink up.
Hey Google, who was president in 1947?
Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman. That means that this space heater was around when we were fighting the Nazis. That's not safe to have in your house, let alone to hold up your sink.
And then we had to demo the bathroom so that we could start fresh, which was actually really tough because this house was built surprisingly well.
So after demo, we thought about trying to repair the existing plaster, which would have been a lot cheaper and easier, but since we wanted this flip to be kind of a higher end renovation, we knew we needed to scrape the plaster down to the block, which was one of the most physically challenging projects we've ever done.
I have never seen so much dust in my life. You okay?
We went through all that work just so we could get a clean starting point, so we could run new electrical and make this a proper bathroom. So we could do things like can lights in the ceiling, adding a new vanity light instead of that creepy old medicine cabinet, and just make everything feel a lot more up to date.
So when it came to design in this bathroom, we knew we wanted it to feel bigger than it was. So we had to go bright with everything. White floors, white walls, recessed lighting, anything to sell the illusion that the bathroom was actually bigger than it was.
We went back and forth between shiplap and sheetrock a bunch because I know shiplap is gonna go out of style and sheetrock's a lot cheaper, but I don't know, we just kept thinking it would look cool, so we just said to hell with it, let's do it, and I think it looks great.
So we wanted to use some materials that would have been around when the house was built, like the penny tile, the shiplap, and even the freestanding tub. So even though it's getting updated, it would still retain a lot of its character.
All right, so let's switch back from documentary mode to vlog mode, head on over to the house and take a look at the bathroom. All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for, the big reveal. Behind this door right here is the bathroom. You've seen 99% of it now in little clips, but now you're gonna get to see it in its entirety. So are you ready for the final epic transformation of this bathroom?
Talk about glow up. All right, guys, so that was our bathroom renovation. We think that it looks amazing, but it was a lot of hard work. So was it worth us doing it ourselves, or should we have spent the money and just paid somebody else to do it?
Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down line by line. Let's start with the floor. Now, one caveat, I'm not gonna be including the price of tools in our cost just because a tool is an investment and you can use it for multiple projects. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you some rough numbers here and then I'll give you the exact numbers at the end. So let's start with the floor. So the plywood, the thin set, the grout and the tile, that was around $600. The toilet was around $200. The tub was around $550. The tub filler was $285. The drywall on the ceiling was like $20. A few $100 for electrical and plumbing. The mirror was $120. The vanity was about $750. The vanity light was like $80. Now with the shiplap, this is an area where we definitely could have saved some money. Using something like drywall would have been way cheaper, but we opted for the more premium material and we used legit shiplap. So this was actual Eastern pine with rabbits cut into it to make it functional shiplap, and it was about $647. So we could have saved some money there, we splurged a little bit. Okay, so for this bathroom, we were quoted anywhere between $8,500 and $16,000. And that doesn't include demo or scraping the plaster off the block. which we were quoted between $800 and $3,000 for that. And I know that sounds like a lot. Trust me, I can see where they get that number. Okay, I'll be generous and split the difference. Let's say $12,000 is what it would have cost us to pay someone else to do this bathroom. Well, we were able to do it for $3,706.78, which means we basically saved $8,500 give or take. So then in that case, I would say this was a huge success. Let us know what you think in the comments. Did we do a good job? Is there something you would have done differently? Let us know.
Okay, that's it for us. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
And make sure to hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop. All kinds of weird stuff happening with this house that you don't want to miss out on. Like, for example, we've already listed the house, accepted an offer on the house, and it's already fallen through. All kinds of fun stuff happening.
And other than that, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.